Okay, I guess it's working. Hi. Hi, everybody. It's Mariposa. It's not Monday. Oh, it is Monday. It's not Sunday. I meant to do this last night and it didn't work. You know what? I definitely have. One of the things I've been thinking about is getting my boobs augmented. You guys know I'm a trans woman. Getting my boobs augmented and set up and everything. You're going to be carried around all over the house today because I'm cleaning. So, this is my home. And I'll show you. As most of you have seen this, well, my one viewer has seen this, but I would like to show it. So we'll try to do this as best we can without causing major catastrophe. So this is my living room, right, with Buddha. I try to practice Buddhist principles. All that over there is the shovels. Yeah, let's get this right. There we go. There's the shovels over there because it was supposed to have snowpocalypse, and it didn't happen. And then we'll go and we'll look at my wonderful kitchen and my vacuum cleaner in the middle, just cleaning up. Sometimes I feel like there's not enough time in the world to to keep my house clean. So you're seeing this is my house in various states of needing some work. I want to talk today about fear, um, and about what we do for fear. Many of us as children, they say, don't be afraid, but they don't tell you how to not be afraid. They just say, don't be afraid. And fear is common, especially as it's a child. So I have my thoughts about this. I know fear is real. I know people have it. I have it. I have it pretty bad at times. Um, Before we go on, let me do this. Last night, um, last night's topic at the meeting was fear, and the books that I read talk about um, the 100 forms of fear and the unknown fear, and how fear is a corrosive thread through every part of my life. Um, I haven't posted this in a while for one thing, because why am I offline? That is really weird. Am I recording? I'm still recording, but it says I'm offline. Hmm. That could be a power outage. We've had a lot of wind here. It's been pretty bad. Um, but I can set it up so it boosts it up through the wireless when I'm done recording this. So fear is pretty bad. Um, I wanted I had the unnamed fears, the unknown fears. For some reason, I wanted to impress people, and and I still want people. Of course, I still want to impress people. Why wouldn't I? Um, but it's not good and it's not healthy. That's why I wouldn't. Um, Getting older. Oh my God. Take the glasses off. I look great. Put the glasses on, and my mind says, "Damn." Um, no, I'm getting older, and sometimes it's really, really lonely, you know. And my irrational fears tell me that things that I don't need to hear. I want to talk about what do we do? What do I do today to get out of fear? And all of it requires action. I cannot think my way out of fear. I don't know why. I have to do something. I have to be with my friends or something. This shirt, I love this shirt. The pad on the bra slid. So now it looks like I got cardboard in there, and I don't like that. So we're going to try to fix it so it doesn't look so cardboardy. And no, but you guys have to deal with it. Um, what do we do? I mean, what do we do if for ourselves and we're by ourselves? And as a child, and you go to your parents and you say, "I'm afraid," and they say, "Oh, don't be afraid. You have nothing to fear." Um, I don't know. I don't know if they had a hard time expressing fear. We had our meeting last night and the topic was fear, and we shared, people shared on it. And then there were people that didn't want to talk about fear. Maybe it's not important in their lives. Maybe they don't know how to compensate. That's the thing. They don't know how to articulate on it. And that's what happened to me. I found that drugs, and alcohol, and other people, and food, and all these things allowed me to um, well, escape. I don't have to feel it, you know. So, action, things that I'm supposed to do, things that will help. Meditation is actually action. Sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? But you are taking an action by forcing yourself to be still and take that time to meditate. And if you do it the way that I've been learning to do it, is just don't, thoughts come, thoughts go. Thoughts come and then they go. You know, I have to take the time. I have to take the time to focus and return to breath, and that's all I'm doing. And I think it helps. Talking to other people about their problems, not mine, helps because it gets me out of my problem. Doing those things that I have to do as a human being in this society, the bills I have to pay, making sure my bills are on time, making sure I have enough money for me, for my rent, and for my electricity, my heat, my water, my food. All that's really important. I didn't learn any of that, you know. That wasn't taught to me. That's what I was thinking. I'm doing a financial fourth step. So, any of you familiar with 12-step programs? You know, a fourth step is where you take a fearless and moral inventory, not immoral. You're not looking at the bad behavior, you're looking at how am I moral in the sense that these are the things that I should do as a human being. Moral issues, not immoral. Like I was this bad person or that bad person. And I found so far, and I haven't done that much, is that I've written about how I don't know anything. Why don't I know it? Why wasn't I being taught? I turned to drugs and alcohol. First, I turned to dressing up, and I turned to sex. And then, but it was bad for me to be a woman, especially a sexual woman. Um, it was slightly better to be a sexual man, and so I went that route. And I was trying to impress my parents with see how good I am because I was afraid of being told I was bad. I was afraid of not getting those things I need. And I got them anyway. I got told I was bad. So pretty soon you start believing it, right? So now you go through 50, 40, 30 years of believing that, oh, you're the black sheep. You're the one that does this. Everybody's going to look at you. But then where do you stop? You can't I could place all the blame in the world. My mom didn't give me the emotional love I needed, the cuddles, the hugs, the snuggles. I felt afraid because of my dad's belt and of being able to talk to the family about, you know, this being wrong, and it's not wrong. And that's what I really want to get tell myself every day is I am who I am because this is what happened. I tried like hell. You know, they talk about, oh, you made a choice. You know, I made a choice for 40 years or 30 or 40 years, or yeah, about 40 years to not to not live the way I felt. It damn near killed me. The stress, the underlying stress, the unknown fear that was riding, I always felt was riding just underneath the level, the surface level. And like when you reach into something, grab something out of a pool of water, I kept missing. Right? Where it was. It dodged, it moved. I could not name that fear. Um, and then I became myself, which was a huge fear. I found there's other fears even deeper. But that fear of not being accepted is still there. And I have to remember that I can let go of it. Um, I have an addictive mind. Guess what? Letting go of stuff does not come easy, but I'm learning it. Um, I have friends. You know, I go back to my mom and just not, you know, I remember saying I wanted to do something. The clearest memory I have of this, I don't even know what the thing was, but I wanted to do something with my friends. And my mother said, no. And she says, what are you just going to join the crowd? And every time they do something, you know, you're going to follow them? Well, I have to tell you, being in transition is not joining the crowd. Okay? Being a woman is not joining the crowd, especially if you were raised as a man. People don't do that. That's not normal for people to do. People usually just suck it up and they tough it out and they stay miserable all their lives. Oh, I'm tired of being miserable. I'm a good person. I got angry last night because of some things going on in the meeting. People weren't paying attention and they were messing with their phones. Now, other meetings have said, please no texting during the meeting. And I'm afraid that's what we're going to have to do. And then it becomes more of, please don't, you start off the meeting and you have, the welcome, and then you have the announcements, and then you have the people reading the little things we read. And then you have, and then you have the rules, please do this, please don't do that. Please, and it's like, can we just have a meeting? I mean, that's what I would really like. It's just to have a meeting. But people are people, and you got to remind them. And then when you get people at various stages of life, whether they're very young or they're very old, they have certain ways of dealing with things. And the young people are all about, they're like little magpies on a telephone wire. Blah, 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 blah. That's what they do. You know, I'm 59, right? I'm not going to sit on no and be a magpie, but I can be a magpie just like them. And I have done those stuff. So last night, we had, it was our second Sunday of initiating a timer. Well, that timer really hurt a lot of people. And then people are talking through the timer, and I'm the one that's running the timer, and I hate the job. So, I mean, I'm going to call my sponsor later and talk to her about it. One guy brought it up and said, Marie, ask for volunteers to run the timer so everybody gets a chance. And I think that's only fair. I don't want this job. I want people to be able to share and not, you're coming to a meeting and you take over, we had 6 people one night share for an hour meeting. So if you take 15 minutes off, that's an hour and 45 or 45 minutes. That's like, um, that's like 8 minutes a share. And some people went 15 minutes and some people went 2 minutes. So it makes it tough. So my fear today is that I don't have enough time to get my laundry done. So I need to get to that. But people talk about healthy fear, and I say that's more like healthy respect. I respect heights. I respect the sharpness of the knife. I respect the deadliness of a gun. I respect the speed limit following too close, not following too close. I try to respect those. That is a dangerous behavior. Um, but fear is not good. It's not. If you live your life on fear, you're going to age. You're going to some people pull away and they hide in their homes. I'm not one to hide. Can you tell? I mean, I'm going out in public, damn it, And these people, that's their fear. They're afraid of transgender people because why? Because they have it too. They think it's an abomination. Why? Because they're not going to go to heaven. God doesn't care, If there's a God, and we're going to go with the Christian belief real quick because I have less than 2 minutes. If there's a God, and he says, if you behave by these rules, I have a special place for you, and you'll live in love and light, and you'll be like, all that. I wouldn't want that place. I think this is either heaven or hell, where we're at right here, this moment, right now. That's how I look at it. I spent 40 years looking at it as hell. I'm not looking at it as hell no more. I have a chance to be, but I have to do that, you know. Um, or else if I don't do it, I'm going to be in trouble. I have enough demons in my past that are quelled and at check right now, but they come out and play. You don't get rid of your demons. I wish you did. But what happens is you learn to put them in their proper perspective. They're small and put them away. The thing is not to go back and open the box. Pandora's box is a very real thing, and not to open that box and let that demon out because it's so hard to get them back in. The demon of alcoholism, it would be so hard for me to shut off. I neatly evaded talking about my mom. I really am uncomfortable with talking about her in a public venue. I'd rather do that with my therapist and all that because that is my mom. I still love her. I love my brothers. I have problems about doing that. I have talked about them in the past. Um, I'm just going to say family members. But we'll keep going with this. Namaste. And I hope that, things go well for you. I hope it really does. Um, I don't know if somebody's going to find this or not. If you do, my name's Mariposa McNabb, and I'm doing okay. And I'm grateful to be here and grateful to be um, alive. And thanks for visiting my place today. And it's Sunday on Monday, Mariposa with Mariposa and coffee. Have a good one, folks. Love you. Bye.